Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you guys are watching. Welcome, Hakeem. How you doing, brother? We have a lot to cover. Some stuff literally just broke within the last hour or so, give or take a little bit. And so the initial thing we're going to do here is we're going to cover AAW pros out of Chicago. That's Trent's company that he works for. They had a return to like full capacity this past weekend, and it was an amazing show, and it needs to be talked about. But before we do that, we are going to cover some news. I've got a handful of things we're going to talk about that have been breaking within the last day or so. Most within the last day, some within the last day or two. So let's do some J-Bone's news, shall we? Jiminy Christmas. It's time for the news.
Searching for my fake wrestling news.
But it's not fake wrestling news. It's all legit. Oh, man. All right. Number one on the docket. It looks like, to the dismay, I'll say to the dismay of Impact Wrestling fans that wanted a certain TNA legend to come back home, it looks like we're going to have to wait a little longer. So a couple months ago, Samoa Joe got let go from the WWE. And now it looks like Triple H was like, oh, hell no, and snatched him back out of the realm of unemployment. Now, as much as I know, now you can agree to disagree with me, whatever. It's all good. Look, hey, I wanted him at Slammiversary too. We saw him teased in the promos. I was ecstatic for the opportunity, for him to show up. Here's the thing, though. We as fans do not know his situation. Okay. You got to put yourself in his shoes. The guy's unemployed, and he may be at a point in his career where his in-ring abilities are limited. Okay. What is going to be the best for him in his future, financially wise? I mean, would the fans want to see him in the ring again? Absolutely. I would. I've been a fan of his for a long time. But let's be honest. If Triple H is willing to bring him back and put him in a very cozy position in NXT where he could do a lot of different things. Number one, it's never assume. I know I never say never assume, but it's assumed that he's going to fill in William Regal's on-TV role, and he may debut as soon as tonight. Which makes me I'll be honest, as a wrestling fan, it makes me very, very curious to see what an NXT run by Samoa Joe, I'm using my quote fingers there, run by Samoa Joe as, a GM, what it looks like. So, and as far as I know, he's not cleared to wrestle. But like I said, we don't know. We don't know. But if Triple H brings him back and puts him in a good position, in the long run, then I'm happy for him. And hey, this is a business, you know. He's got to look at his future, and I can guarantee you he's going to get he's going to get paid more in this position. He's going to get paid more by WWE than he would from Impact Wrestling. It's not a knock on Impact Wrestling. It's just true, you know. Is he going to get some multi-million-dollar deal? No, but he's going to probably get paid enough that it's going to change his mind to go back. So, but I mean, I know I may check it out. And not, well, I don't know what time it's going live because we got the TNA throwback later tonight and I got stuff to do during the day today. So that's why I wanted to get this out of the way as early as I could this morning. So that's the stuff on Samoa Joe. Next, I want to say congratulations to Renee Paquette, Mrs. Jon Moxley, new baby girl born to them. So she's a mama, and Mr. Mox is a papa now. Look out, because that's going to be daddy's little girl. It's going to be one of those shotgun papas. So we kind of knew that this was coming sooner than later with them saying that Jon Moxley was out indefinitely after those BTE triggers, whatever they call them, from the Young Bucks, the same stuff that took out Moose in that match at Against All Odds. So congratulations to them. I hope everyone, mama, baby, and family, everyone is healthy. So if you're wondering why you're not going to see Mox for a while, now you know. So, but Renee's still doing podcasts. She was still doing, what was I listening to yesterday? Oh, I was listening to parts of the one while I was grilling, the one she did with Tommy End. Get used to these indie names again. AKA formerly known as Aleister Black. And I think she just did one with Mark Henry. So she's really getting some interesting stuff out there. So that's also on my list to go check out. Trent, what is up, brother? By the way, that reminds me. If you guys didn't check out last night's Backstage Boys with Trent and Basil, formerly of Smash's podcast. No, please go check it out. They did some AAW talk. They did some indie wrestling talk as far as what goes into putting together a show. They talked a little bit of technical stuff. And so please go check that out. That podcast does deserve a bigger audience because it's very unique. And if you like wrestling and a little more of the behind the scenes stuff, on the ground level as opposed to, top level, please go check them out. Plus I'm biased, I love those guys. So please go check out the Backstage Boys, either on audio or on Twitch or YouTube. What's next? Okay. Big news for Fred. Now, this is going to kind of like jump around all around the same thing and kind of like, because they're all kind of tied together. Big news for Fred Rosser, a.k.a. formerly known as Darren Young of the WWE. He just signed with New Japan. New Japan Pro Wrestling. So congrats to him. He's had some really good matches, I will say. And there's something else that's coming down the road over on TNI. Excuse me, on the Patreon. Mark and I believe Truck and I are going to be reviewing the NWA pay-per-view that happened within the last week or so, whenever it was. We're going to be talking about that. And Fred had match of the night, in my opinion, on that card. So congrats to him. I mean, he is really a hell of a wrestler. I haven't really watched what he's been doing lately. And he's really, I mean, he's in tremendous shape. He really is. And if he stays healthy, I pray that this all works out for him. So congrats to Fred Rosser for signing with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, on that same subject of New Japan Pro Wrestling, let's see here. Let's do a little, you know what? Let's do a little share screen-a-roni, shall we? Yeah, let's do that. All right. New Japan Pro Wrestling this Friday. Now, this is like the U.S. side of things, the New Japan Strong. I guess their show, whoops, not this. It's called, they're having a special show called Ignition. I don't think it's necessarily a pay-per-view, but it seems like a bigger show. So there's going to be a super heavyweight clash. We'll go through the whole thing. They announce a few matches, but this is the one that people are talking about. Okay, this is the one because Josh Alexander has been absolutely on fire lately, and we're going to talk about him a little later as far as the AAW match as well. So apparently last week, now I'm not familiar with this guy, but this is someone I think I want to start watching on a regular basis, possibly. This Alex Coughlin. Now, he is one of the guys in the New Japan LA dojo. He's a young lion, and he's really getting an opportunity to shine here. He put out an open... He either challenged Josh Alexander or put on an open challenge or something. But I think he challenged Josh Alexander outright. So that's what's going on this Friday. And if you know how good Josh Alexander is lately, he is really starting to catch some eyes like all over the industry with the matches he's having, especially that Iron Man match and more. Now, this is another one that's on there. This is interesting. So Fred Rosser, who we were just talking about with Adrian Quest, I'm not familiar with him, but he's going to be taking on Barrett Brown and Bateman. Bateman's in Ring of Honor. So at least I think he still is. Don't take that as gospel. I know he was over there, so I don't know if they're just going back and forth or what, you know, because they do have that relationship. So there's that match. And this one should be a banger. You guys just saw Kojima on Impact Wrestling. He's taking on, now this is also interesting, he's taking on NWA's JR Kratos. He's a tag team champion, I believe, in New Japan. If it's the same guy I'm thinking of. So these two guys are going to have a hell of a banger. So there might be something worth talking about later this coming weekend on Smash This Podcast, or possibly TNI. Either one. Doesn't matter. So very exciting stuff for Josh Alexander and New Japan. All right, so we talked about Fred. We talked about Josh. Now, let's see, as we're talking about Josh, let's go to what also dropped from, well, namely George, the Iceman, right here. George the Iceman, a couple hours ago, dropped breaking. Hearing rumors that a dangerous stipulation match is in the works for Slammiversary. My sources said this could be announced soon. So we are on the road to Slammiversary. We are going to be hearing match announcements very soon. And then Impact Wrestling just retweeted that a little bit ago, saying official announcement coming this Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. So before the show on Thursday afternoon, we're going to hear what's going on. Now, a lot of people are assuming an Ultimate X match. Recently, Josh Alexander said he was King of the Mountain, could be a King of the Mountain match. Now, someone else mentioned in the comments of George's, said Nick Gage versus Matt Cardona death match. And T and I replied, damn. So who knows? Who knows? I think it's going to be a King of the Mountain match. Ultimate X, either one would be great. But let me know in the comments what you would like to see. Okay, so Bell's Boy says, yes, J-Bone. Bateman is in Ring of Honor. Okay, all right. He's very good. He's very good. I've seen some of his stuff. Mark says, Ultimate X. Jason Hafner says, let's hope for the return of King of the Mountain. This group of guys would kill it. Absolutely. Hey, you Homer J. Homer Bone. Let's see. Yeah. JR Kratos is NWA Tag Team Champ with Aaron Stevens. Okay. So that's okay. That is the same guy. But yeah, let me know what you guys, and congrats to the Moxleys. Yes, the Moxleys. Doesn't that sound like a weird reality show? The Moxleys. You got, well, I shouldn't say prim and proper, but you know, what we've seen of her, she's more conservative in a sense. Renee is, and then you've got the crazy lunatic Moxley. Could you picture some kind of reality show like that? Oh my God, that'd be crazy. I'd love that. It'd be even more crazy than Ms. and Mrs. I haven't watched Ms. and Mrs. in a while. I really need to catch up. That is a funny show. Excuse me. Let's see. Oh, yes. Thank you, Mark, for reminding me. Backlund is going to debut this Thursday. I did see the post. Damn. Not enough coffee or something. All right. See, let's put the coffee aside. That might be what's doing it. I think I'm just drinking too much coffee. I'm going to find something else with caffeine that's not going to kill my voice. All right. So that's a majority of, I think that's it for the news. Oh, Terrence says, do you guys want to see Mojo Rawley? I would love to see him. I thought he had a ton of charisma. They did some weird gimmick shit with him. He was, you know, kind of a powerhouse in a sense. He was a decent wrestler. I always liked his hype. He always had a ton of energy. There was one guy that was never boring to watch. I wouldn't mind seeing him. I don't care where he shows up. I just hope he gets some work somewhere. But he may not want to come back until things are a little safer. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, yes. Thank you, Mark. Yes. Don't forget NWA TNA stream on Discord tonight, 7 for anyone who doesn't have the app or just wants to hang out. So if you want to catch up on what we're going to talk about later tonight, about 10 o'clock Central, I believe it is when we're going to schedule the show. Truck or Mark is going to run the watch along for the episode that we're going to review. So if you want to check out the classic episode of NWA TNA, I think it's 73, something like that. It's the numbers are getting up there. So yeah, go check that out. It'll be live in the Discord on TNI tonight. So, Truck runs it. Yes. Okay, cool. 73. Thank you. All right. Now let's flip the page over. Let's talk some AAW Crush and Destroy. Started out hot, full crowd, packed house. It was great to see. Great to see. I mean, having fans even in more, I mean, this is a pretty big club if you pack it, but even a place like this, man, the crowd really makes a difference. Starts out with Team Impact, comprised of Hakeem Zayn, a.k.a. Rohit Raju, Fulton, and Ace Austin versus one of my new favorites to watch on AAW, Dante Leon. Reminds me of a young Jeff Hardy. Just so good. He's in a tag team with Travis Titan and the Heritage Champion, I believe it is, Myron Reed. They call him the Young Goat. This was a great 3-on-3. Tons of action. Everybody got their shit in. Team Impact gets the win. Now, the end here, in the ring, we got Dante Leon and Travis Titan, both kind of huddled down in the middle of the ring. And they're just kind of bummed out, like, oh, man, we lost. And they kind of pat each other on the back, and they're making their way towards the ring entrance to leave the ring, and Travis Titan attacks Dante Leon and then flips off the crowd. So this is quite the switch for Travis Titan. We are definitely getting some kind of, I don't know if you call it a push, but obviously it's an attitude change. So this is going to start kind of a feud, you can call it, between these guys. So definitely going to be keeping an eye on that in the future, especially because Dante Leon's one of my new up-and-coming favorites. Now, the next two matches were very entertaining, not only because of the wrestling in the ring, but because one of our favorites, John, capital E, period, Bravo, was out there screaming the hair off of his testicles at the crowd with a microphone. You're welcome for the visual. What I believe Tyler Vols or oh damn, I can't remember the other guy. On commentary said something about the best death metal scream came from Johnny Bravo. Pretty funny. So Johnny Bravo brings out someone new for him, Davey Vega, formerly of the Besties, one half of the Besties. And, of course, Johnny Bravo's muscle, Hartenbauer, against Storm Grayson. And Davey Vega won this. Should have been DQ'd, but, low blow, and rolls him up for a pin pretty quick. And of course, he was distracted by Johnny Bravo and Hart Power. And this one was pretty quick, but obviously it's, you know, we're seeing you know, some things really starting to some stuff starting to move for Team Bravo. We'll just call it Team Bravo. Next, he brings out Alley Catch, formerly Alley Cat. Now, she's one of the newer ladies to this brand, and I've heard of her, but I've never seen her stuff. And I gotta say, I'm insanely impressed with her. And of course, you know, just like she used to be a baby face in the indies, now she comes out as this, like, you know, she's not the cat anymore with the, you know, drawn on whiskers. She's all business. And she faced a returning Allison Kay. And these two had probably the best women's match of the night. No knock to the champ, but I love this match. Bit of an awkward ending because Alley Catch looked like she had her in a submission and then like dropped her out of the submission, and then all of a sudden she lost. So I don't know what happened, but besides that, the whole match was amazing. Alley Catch was about to throw Allison into a chair that was set up between the turnbuckles, and Allison Kay reversed it, threw Alley into it, and then rolled her up for the win. So amazing. Catches cat. I mean, just a real grappling style ladies match. So incredible to see. Now, this next match had match of the year. I would, in my opinion, in my professional podcasting opinion, match of the year contention. And now your interest at this point should be peaked. Like, well, what are we talking about here? I'm talking about Matt Fitchett versus Josh Alexander. These two went to a 20-minute time limit draw. And amazing back and forth match between these two. And I mean, I've heard of the Besties. You know, I'm still really new as far as being a fan over the course of the last several months to this brand AAW. And I know the Besties were like some old school tag team, you know, a high commodity for this brand of AAW. One of their best tag teams, but now they're separated and they're doing single stuff. But Matt Fitchett, man, I am blown away. I mean, of course, I'm proud of Josh Alexander for everything he's accomplishing and just blowing the audience away week by week with different things he's doing. Look, he had that Iron Man match with TJP. He's going to be on Friday debuting in New Japan against Alex Coughlin. Can't wait to see that. I'm going to find a way to watch it. I don't know how. I'm going to find a way to watch it. I'll be talking about it. And this match, Matt Fitchett and Josh Alexander, the walking weapon, just you have to see this match. Now, I'm sure this match is going to happen again somewhere down the road, and someone's going to want an actual winner. But until that happens, I'll settle for this. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, the fans won in this case, you know. And then all of a sudden Ace Perry comes out as the crowd's like, 5 more minutes, but they didn't give him any extra time. Ace Perry comes out and kind of gives an open challenge to the locker room. Out comes the monster Russ Jones. Folks, if you don't know who Russ Jones is, please go to AAW Pro's Twitter or Facebook, whatever, and seek out the recent Russ Jones promo, the cinematic one. It is one of the best made promos I've seen recently. And that's thanks to the team at AAW. They have a crazy good digital team. Oh, I can hear more coffee percolating. It's time for the percolator. Where Russ Jones comes out and so Ace Perry came out with this guy I'm not familiar with, Xavier Walker. Now, this wasn't really a match of sorts, but Russ Jones spears the hell out of Xavier Walker and gets a pop from the crowd. They are building up this Russ Jones guy, and he is just destroying everyone in his path. And this is a journey that I am fully vested in. I can't wait to see what else is coming for Russ Jones. And he has quite a loudmouth manager, too. If you like classic loudmouth managers, excuse me, if you like classic loudmouth managers, pay attention. Now, next, we got the tag team titles on the line. We got Manders and Matthew Justice defending against the team of Infamy, which is made up of Joe Essa and Dion Russman. Now, if you listen to the Backstage Boys, so I'm just going to repeat this for the sake of how cool it is. If you listen to the Backstage Boys podcast, you would have heard Trent talking about how special the team of Infamy is. Joe Essa and Dion Russman. They are students of the Black and Brave dojo, school, whatever you want to call it. And that's Tyler Black, a.k.a. Seth Rollins. So this was a fun tag team match. My only criticism of this is this one went all over the place. This one went, into a good chunk of it went out into the audience, way back to the bar where it was darker. The cameras did not follow them. That's my only constructive criticism, because they were trying to focus on what was happening on the other side of the room, and it got real blurry at times, and you couldn't exactly see what was going on. So that's my only criticism, is that try to get cameras back there or keep the time to the back of the room limited, because it's not well lit back there and they had no cameras. So, but for what it's worth, this was a lot of fun. And all of a sudden, someone associated with Infamy that apparently has shown up, according to commentary, this gentleman showed up in other places with Infamy. This guy by the name of Robin Steele came in, screwed Manders and Matthew Justice. He attacked them, and Infamy robbed these two of the tag titles. And that certainly got quite the reaction of the crowd in Chicago. So, well, thank you, L Punk Trace. You should absolutely join the TNI Patreon. It's well worth it. We're working on some great stuff. And it's a great community too. It really is. I mean, we truly, I said this before, I'll say it again. Between my podcast and TNI, we have the best audience. We really do. Next was AJ Z versus Shaft. Now, Shaft is another monster similar to Russ Jones that AAW has been slowly building. But this AJZ is very interesting. He looks like more buff version of Ziggler. And well, his name is AJ Ziggler. So no relation, but he does do some, the swinging of the hips, similar to Ziggler. So obviously it's not mocking. It's, in my opinion, it's a, compliment, what do they say? Imitation is the best form of complimenting. I don't know, whatever it is. But anyways, so as much as I thought that this was going to be a squash match, it wasn't. Shaft got the win here, but AJZ is actually going to be one to watch as well. He's definitely caught my eye. So keep an eye on that one too. Now, Fred Yehi, one of my favorites on the indies here, who also has been a part of, what's it, Ring of Honor and New Japan lately, I think. I know he's been in Ring of Honor, but he was supposed to have a match with, I believe, Leo Rush, if I'm not mistaken. But Leo Rush retired within this last week. He's having a shoulder surgery, and he may come back someday. He really was a tremendous talent. But so last minute they brought in this other kid who they just gushed over on commentary. Fred Yehi is one of the best in-ring grapplers. Talk about twisting people into, pretzels. I've never heard of this Daniel Garcia before, and he went toe-to-toe with Fred, and all I wrote down was, wow. He just completely wowed me for a guy that I'd never seen before. Just an unbelievable talent. Just to show how good he was, commentary, I believe, was comparing him to the likes of a young Daniel Bryan, a.k.a. Bryan Danielson. And yeah, that's legit. This kid really was good. Could only get better. But Fred Yehi won here. He beat him with the Koji clutch. Great match. And that's a great thing about this brand. They're building monsters. You're going to see some of the best, like, in-ring real wrestling. The ladies are great. The tag team stuff. You're going to see some hardcore stuff. You're going to see a little bit of everything. That's why this indie brand of Chicago, with that, really has a crazy good history, all the way back to the early 2000s, I believe. Just a rich history. So I'm loving what I'm seeing. And it's got to be good if I'm talking about it on here, because I don't talk a lot of indie stuff. All right, so next we got Chris Statlander returning to defend her AAW women's title. She's been gone a long time. She had injury. We had the pandemic, everything. Great to see her back. She took on Hyan. Now, this was a good match, but something, I don't know, I'd have to rewatch this match again. Something felt off about it, but Chris Statlander did look good. She did look good. And that's the thing, is she's been on AEW TV a lot, but she hasn't been wrestling a lot. So obviously, they're not overdoing it with her because of her injuries, which is smart. It's smart. She had the brace on, and it may be one of those things where she has the brace on forever. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Critical Sting. Pardon my senility. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. There you go. Mark says, I would explain why that one podcast seems so much like ours. Yeah, there's a few out there. So, oh, here, perfect example. Thank you, Terrence. Says the Patreon is awesome. I'm tier 2, but tier 3 does intrigue me though. But I would encourage you to get tier 2 so you can get the Sunday dinner. Yes, Sunday dinner is back for those of you who don't know. We do it on a weekly basis. It does have a rotating, bunch of cast members. Not everybody shows up on Sunday dinner, but there is always someone there to talk about. It's a very much more laid back discussion, an open question, Q&A with the audience. For part of it, we talk some news. We give our opinions on some stuff. So yeah, news updates, Q&A with the audience, because there's no more explosion. That's usually what the base of it was, and then it was more just other stuff. But now it's just all the other stuff. So, but our audience at TNI wanted it, so we brought it back and we put it on a Patreon level. So there you go. It's worth it. Here you go. Mark says, I just put a clip from Sunday dinner on the Patreon for everyone. Just some breaking news. More breaking news. Well, yeah, and that's exactly. It's a brutally honest version of us, more real version. A little more laid back, whereas the regular TNI Weekly Thursday podcast is a little more, focused and whatever. So yeah, and that's that is good to do that. You want to give them like, well, why should I? Well, here's why. Here's a clip. That's good. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. So Chris Statlander retains, and I think with the win of Allison Kay, I think that's obviously going to be something coming up for the next pay-per-view in a month. But there are weekly AAW Twitch shows that they do for free. The only thing is, I wish I could see the replays of it if I don't catch it live. If I don't catch it live, it's gone. But it is on their on-demand service. Critical Sting. The reviews are focused. The TNI focused. You know what I mean. Gary, thank you. Well, J-Bone hit 1,000 subs. Oh, yeah, man. I've been stuck around 980 for I don't know how long. It goes up and goes down. That's how it goes. I gain some, I lose some. I will say this. I've been very inconsistent lately, and I think that's part of it. And that's just because I've been so much just working on other stuff. I've been focused more on TNI. I've been, not gonna lie, I've been burnt out. I got some other stuff coming soon. Been working on some more merch designs. One coming very soon. I'm very happy with how it turned out, so you'll be seeing that soon. All right, back to AAW. I'm going to get too far off track. So Chris Statlander beats Hyan. Good match. Not my favorite of the night, but great to see Chris Statlander back. Hope she stays healthy. And Hyan was good too. Now, on to the main event. Excuse me. Jake something of Impact Wrestling took on Mance Warner, who is the AAW Pro Heavyweight Champ with the big effing gold belt. And Mark says, Jay, you want to do NWA after this? I can't, dude. I got to take care of some household stuff. I got to mow. It's a perfect day to mow. It's in the 70s. It's cool. It's breezy. This is perfect weather to do it. I can't. And then I got to prep for TNI tonight. Maybe early Thursday. Check for early Thursday. Tremendous match for, look, I love Mance. I've been a fan of Mance since I was watching him on MLW. But he defended successfully here. Man, this was hard hitting. They got bloody. They went through, I don't know how many doors. And of course, these doors are thick and they exploded. It was nuts. I mean, I was hoping for Jake something to take the title. Like I said, nothing against Mance, but you know, I love what Jake something is really building on, his persona, his identity, especially in Impact Wrestling. So I was really hoping that he would take it from Mance. But Mance has been a great champion throughout the pandemic. And now that fans are back, I can see why getting this win for Mance Warner in front of a full crowd is so important. I totally get that. I can totally get that and respect that. Great match, though, to end this. This show was really stacked as far as, you know, ones that you may know from Impact Wrestling, up-and-comers from another brand like Chris Statlanders with AAW. And then, you know, guys like Fred Yehai, who have been all over the place from Evolve, the defunct Evolve, now Ring of Honor. Josh Alexander, who is putting on some of the best damn pro wrestling matches this year. And this year is far from over from him. I can guarantee you, by the end of this year, if not earlier, Josh Alexander is going to be one who is absolutely going to be in line for some world championship opportunities. You heard it right freaking here. So yeah, back that brand. Absolutely. So yeah, that's what's great. Like I said, that's what's great about this brand. The history is rich. And as far as people that came from it, like Jerry Lynn, Tyler Black, aka Seth Rollins, and the list goes on and on and on. And then, of course, the opening match that really blew the roof off the place between Hakeem Zane Fulton and Ace Austin versus Dante Leon, Travis Titan, and Myron Reed, getting all their shit in, flying all over the place. Beautiful stuff. Love me some Dante Leon. Can't say enough about that kid. He's really something. He's another graduate of that Black and Brave school, I believe. So if you want to see some incredible veteran and up-and-coming in-ring talent, go check out AAW Pro out of Chi-Town. So that's going to do it for this one. This is perfect. I wanted to keep this under an hour, and we did it. Along with getting in, if you guys came in late, go check out all the news that we discussed earlier about Samoa Joe, Josh Alexander, up-and-coming stuff for Impact Wrestling, New Japan, all this stuff. Yeah, right, Mark. The MLW stuff. Oh man, I mean, I will say this. I am curious about what they're going to bring back later this summer to Philly with all the Azteca Underground. I am curious, but it's going to have to be really damn good for me to follow it again. But anyways, that's going to do it for me. Please, folks, check out all the links in the description. There's buymeacoffee.com. It's like a tip system if you want to help support the podcast. Merch site, new merch coming that, you know what? Let me really quickly crack this open, and I will show you guys what is coming from Smash This Podcast. Oops, I want to do that. Hang on. Here we go. Technology. Ooh, not that one. Gotta love it, right? No, this is a great program. All right, so this is something I've been working on. It's inspired by something else that's coming up on Smash This Podcast, something a little different, okay? So this is a new design that is coming to the merch site for Smash This Podcast. It's because I've been watching a lot of zombie shit lately. One series that is getting season 2, and it's coming back in just a few days, is Black Summer season 2. It's a zombie series, similar to The Walking Dead, but it's got the fast, crazy, insane zombies, more like the Dawn of the Dead or Army of the Dead or 28 Days Later, you know, the fast, crazy zombies. So some terrifying stuff, really good. Go check it out if you got Netflix. I'll be talking about kind of just a rewind of season 1, and then I'll be covering season 2, bringing back some horror stuff, some zombie stuff to Smash This Podcast. So this design is going to be going up on the site soon. If you're wondering why it looks like that, that's where the inspiration is coming from. So so go, that's going to be up on the site soon. I'm going to try to get that on hats, mugs, t-shirts, of course. And then follow all the socials. If you're on Facebook, the Twitter box, the Instaneck. And I know I've really been quiet on social media lately, and I'm apologizing for that. I've just been busy with other stuff, and sometimes I just try to get away from social media in general because it's just so insanely negative. And I basically just use it lately for promoting stuff I like or promoting my own stuff. So if you're wondering why you don't see me on there, but hey, you know you're not going to see any bullshit from me. You know, it's all good stuff, because if you like the stuff I'm talking about, it's all the stuff that I'm promoting. So so yeah, go give everything a like, a follow, and on your way out of here, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of my content hits your screen. I'll be back with Smash This Podcast stuff Wednesday. We'll be doing something. It's hard to, keep the regular schedule when AEW is like all over the place. I haven't even watched the last one. It was on late last Friday night. Then I was busy with stuff all weekend. So I don't even know if I'm going to watch the last one. But I got a bunch of other stuff I've been trying to catch up on too, and I'll bring you guys something Wednesday night. I just don't know what it is yet. Maybe some Black Summer stuff, because the new stuff is coming Thursday. So don't know what's coming. We'll do something Wednesday night. And tonight, over on that other little podcast called Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans. It's Tuesday. What is it? Time Machine Tuesday. I'm still not used to that. I'm so used to, the Thursday throwbacks. Time Machine Tuesday, we talk about the NWA TNA Classic pay-per-views. We're doing 73. If you want to watch it, hop in the TNI Discord. Truck is going to be showing it around 7 p.m. Central Standard Time-ish, I believe, which is going to end. And then about an hour later after it ends, we'll be live reviewing it, talking about it. And they're so much fun because I watch one a week, so it's like watching the classics brand new. No spoilers. You know how it is. So yeah. smash that like button, smash that sub button, trying to get to 1,000. This is the year, folks. It's got to happen. If not, I'm just going to trash the channel. No, I'm kidding. No, I won't do that. It's we're also, for if you didn't catch it over the weekend, we're celebrating 8 years of podcasting here on this channel. It's a long time. It really is. I've talked about so much stuff. So happy 8 years to vlogging on here with Smash This Podcast. The brand actually came a couple years later, but as far as vlogging itself, it's been 8 years now. So happy 8 years to me. So, all right, we'll see y'all later tonight. I'm going to go mow. All right, take care, y'all. We'll see you.